Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel. And today I'm going to be doing a versus video between the Adidas Harden Volume 4 and the Under Armour Curry 7. So they're both going for 130 bucks, same exact price. If you guys want to cop either of these, I'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the traction. So as far as the traction goes, the Harden Volume 4 has a very interesting traction pattern. And in my gray colorway, this was like semi-translucent. And in this colorway, it's solid. And on the clean court, it has a really good stop. It picks up a little bit of dust. It's not a huge deal, but if you let too much dust build up, you can slide out just a little bit. It's not super dangerous, but it can get a little dangerous, so you need to remember to wipe a lot. But it is a pretty easy wipe, so on dust, it's pretty good. And then as far as durability goes, the rubber is actually pretty damn hard and a pretty deep groove, so durability seems a lot better than the Curry 7s. The Curry 7s, the rubber is actually really soft. But as far as like on the clean court, I would say they're both really good. I tie it up. As far as, you know, on dust, the Curry 7 really doesn't pick up any dust. It's still really good on dust. So I'd say Curry 7 is better in that category. But durability, I go with the Hardens. And also the Hardens are kind of squeaky. The Curry 7 is just silent. There's absolutely no squeak to it, you know, if you care about that. So yeah, you know, for me, I would say the Curry 7 is a little bit better because I do play on occasionally dusty courts. But if you're playing on a clean court, they're both really good. If you're playing outdoors, obviously go with the Harden Volume 4. So yeah, for me, in my book, Curry 7 is a little bit better. Alright, as far as the heel to toe transition goes, they're both really good. The Harden Volume 4 has a nice, you know, it's pretty curved here in the heel, and there is a slight bit of heel compression. Then you have a lot of flex here in the forefoot, and you know, it's just a buttery smooth heel to toe transition, the Harden Volume 4. Same thing with the Curry 7s. The Curry 7s really don't have any heel compression, but there's this really nice shape here in the heel, which transfers, you know, that energy from the heel to toe. And you have a nice curved shape here in the toe, and it flexes a lot. So heel to toe transition, really good in both of the shoes. All right, as far as the cushion goes, you guys already know which one is better. So the Curry 7 uses a blend of Hover and Micro G, which is you know, it's really stiff, mostly just responsive. You know, if you want a responsive cushion, the Curry 7 is a great option. Impact protection is not the best. There's no compression, it's not soft at all. Light Strike though, on the other hand, it's full length. And it's just softer, you know? It's like the court feel is so good in both of the shoes, but like I would say Light Strike is softer. So like you feel the heel compression a little bit more in the forefoot. I can feel it a little bit more as well. You know, even though it's still mostly just responsive, I'd have to go with the Harden Volume 4. You know, like they both feel really, really similar, you know, like as far as court feel and all that, but it's just like in the forefoot, softer heel, there's heel compression, just a little bit of it. Impact protection seems a little bit better in the Harden Volume 4 as well. So the Harden Volume 4 is better than the Curry 7 for cushion. And even if you want just a really responsive cushion, Harden Volume 4 still, you know, you still get that. You know, it's not like it's super soft or super bouncy or anything like that. So there's the cushion there. As far as the materials go, so in the Harden Volume 4, you have, well, in this colorway, it's basically still knit, but then the fuse is see-through. You know, this fuse overlay in the toe. In my other colorway, it's like solid and looks like duct tape, which makes it look really cheap. And then of course here in the midfoot area, you have like this strap, which really doesn't do anything. You have a decently padded tongue in the Harden Volume 4. You know, and the materials are, you know, really thin. You know, it's super soft and all that. It feels great on foot. And then in the Curry 7s, I'd say it's around the same. So, you know, same thickness. It gets soft. It feels really minimal on foot. It breaks in really nicely for both of them. Or I like, you know, you really don't even need to break in the materials in either of the shoes. So yeah, as far as, you know, performance on foot, I tie it up. But as far as quality goes, I'd go with the Hardens. Moving on to the fit. For me personally, Curry 7 fits my foot perfectly. You know, the Curry line just, you know, I feel like I have a similar shape to his foot. It just, you know, fits my foot like a glove, you know, slightly narrow. I went true to size. It's pretty tight in the toe area when you first get it, but it does stretch out. And, you know, super easy to put on with this half booty construction. And you have a heel tab in the Curry 7, as well as the Harden Volume 4. You know, I love this heel tab that most basketball shoes are having nowadays, you know? And then for the Hardens, I would say, you know, go true to your Adidas size. And with this type of material, if you want it like super duper snug, you can go even half a size down from that, because this material is very soft and it does stretch out. And as far as width goes, I would say it's like normal, maybe even a touch wide, you know? So not the best fit for me. The Curry 7 is a little bit better. If you have a, you know, wider foot and a thicker foot, the Harden Volume 4 is probably a little better for you. As far as support and lockdown goes, it's both really good. I had no issues with lateral containment. You know, you have the foam coming up a lot in the Hardens. In the Curry 7, you have the foam coming up as well. And they both have like, you know, outriggers, you know, or I guess they're both really wide. I'll say the Harden Volume 4 is slightly wider with this like protruding like bubbling of the outsole, but you know, they're both laterally stable and all that. So I tied up for support and lockdown. All right, as far as the weight goes, 11.82 ounces for the Curry 7, and then for the Hardens, 12.7 ounces. So the Hardens are an ounce heavier. Does it feel heavier? Just by a little bit. You know, I feel like the outsole and the midsole bubbling out like this, you know, they just put so much crap. You know, it makes the shoe feel a little bit bulkier than it should. Like, you don't need all this to protrude out, you know, you don't need this either, you know, that just adds weight a little bit. And I feel like, you know, this heel clip, you know, with this plastic and all that, and like these synthetic materials and like the padding here in the tongue adds a little bit of the weight, and also as well as the, you know, strap. The Curry 7 tries to keep it a little bit more minimal, not as minimal as is like previous shoes, but like it's still, compared to like the Harden Volume 4, more minimal and a little bit lighter feeling, you know. But you know, when you're playing in it, you feel light on your feet in both of these shoes. You feel fast. It's just the Curry 7 feels a little bit more minimal. As far as step and comfort goes, you know, what's more comfortable for casual use, I would say the Harden Volume 4, because the cushion is a little bit softer. As far as ventilation goes, they're both around the same, you know, pretty good ventilation. Like there's like absolutely no airflow going through the upper, but it wicks away the moisture, and it doesn't get super duper hot in these shoes. So I tied up for that. As far as durability goes, I would feel like the Harden would last a little bit longer because of the outsole. The upper seems pretty good in both of the shoes. You know, it doesn't seem like the materials are gonna rip or anything like really fast. So just because of the outsole, I give it to the Harden 4 by a little bit. As far as aesthetics goes, yeah, Curry 7 for the win. I still don't really like the way the Harden Volume 4 looks, but I do like this colorway. It's not glow in the dark, just by the way. A few of you guys were asking, it's not glow in the dark, which kind of sucks, but I really like this green color. It's a really cool lime green color, you know? But yeah, wrapping things up, both the same price. I don't know, guys, I'm a little torn because the fit is better for me in the Curry 7. The traction is a little bit better for me in the Curry 7 because I play on a dusty court, but I like the cushion a little bit better in the Harden Volume 4, right? So I guess since the Curry 7 wins in the traction and fit department, personally, I would say the Curry 7 is a little better because this shoe is nice, guys. I just wish the cushion was better, but you know, to me, as long as it's a responsive cushion and the impact protection isn't just absolutely horrendous, then it's okay for me. So I would recommend the Curry 7s. If you guys want a little bit more cushion, you know, I'll obviously go with the Harden Volume 4. It's still really nice. So yeah, that's the versus video. Again, if you guys want to cop, I'll leave links below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.